Are you ready for a captivating journey into the world of mystery and intrigue? Join us as we delve into Simon Brett's Mrs. Pargeter's Point of Honor, where a cunning widow takes on a thrilling quest to fulfill a friend's last wish. With twists, turns, and a touch of humor, this book summary will keep you on the edge of your seat. The novel features the character Mrs. Melita Pargeter, a widow with a knack for solving crimes. In this book, Mrs. Pargeter sets out to fulfill a promise to a friend by returning a valuable item to its rightful owner. As she delves deeper into this task, she uncovers secrets and faces various challenges, showcasing her resourcefulness and determination. Chapter 1: Mrs. Melita Pargeter attends the funeral of her dear friend, Joyce Stover. The somber event brings back memories of her late husband and the various people they knew. After the service, Joyce's daughter, Gail, approaches Mrs. Pargeter with a delicate matter. Gail reveals that her mother had a valuable painting hidden for years, one that was stolen. Joyce's last wish was for the painting to be returned to its rightful owner, a request that she asks Mrs. Pargeter to fulfill. Chapter 2: Mrs. Pargeter ponders the challenge ahead and the legacy of her late husband, who had a colorful past with many connections. She decides to use these connections to aid her in the mission. Mrs. Pargeter starts her investigation by visiting old friends and associates of her husband to gather initial information about the painting and its origins. Chapter 3: As Mrs. Pargeter delves deeper into her inquiry, she uncovers that the painting, a valuable piece of art, was part of a notorious series of art thefts. She learns more about the heist and begins piecing together who might have an interest in the painting and the complexities surrounding its return. Chapter 4: Mrs. Pargeter's investigation leads her to former acquaintances of her husband, each providing small pieces of the puzzle. She begins to understand that returning the painting is fraught with danger, as some individuals would prefer to keep the painting hidden to avoid the repercussions of its resurfacing. Chapter 5: Facing her first significant challenge, Mrs. Pargeter narrowly avoids a dangerous encounter, underscoring the risks involved in her mission. This experience forces her to reassess her strategy and prepare for the potential threats ahead. Chapter 6: Mrs. Pargeter seeks out Sir Normington Winthrop, a distinguished art expert and an old friend of her husband. Sir Normington provides valuable insights into the painting's history and its rightful owner. He reveals the painting's significance, both historically and personally, to its original owner, adding complexity to Mrs. Pargeter's task. Chapter 7: Mrs. Pargeter embarks on a journey to a secluded estate, where she believes she will find the rightful owner of the painting. Along the way, she encounters various obstacles, including misleading information and attempts to thwart her progress, making her more determined to succeed. Chapter 8: Arriving at the estate, Mrs. Pargeter uncovers a web of deceit and hidden motives surrounding the painting. She meets the rightful owner, who explains the painting's profound personal value and the reasons behind its initial theft. This meeting reveals deeper layers of the mystery. Chapter 9: Determined to honor Joyce's wish and ensure justice, Mrs. Pargeter devises an intricate plan. She uses her wit and connections to orchestrate a series of maneuvers aimed at outsmarting those who wish to retain the painting. Her plan involves careful coordination and an understanding of human nature. Chapter 10: The story reaches a climax as Mrs. Pargeter executes her plan. In a tense and dramatic sequence, she successfully returns the painting to its rightful owner while exposing the wrongdoers. Her actions ensure that justice is served and that the painting's owner is finally reunited with their treasured possession. Chapter 11: With the mission accomplished, Mrs. Pargeter reflects on the journey and the importance of loyalty and honor. She takes satisfaction in knowing that she has fulfilled Joyce's last wish, demonstrating her unwavering commitment to her friends. Epilogue: Back at home, Mrs. Pargeter receives a visit from Gail, who expresses her deep gratitude for Mrs. Pargeter's bravery and determination. Mrs. Pargeter reassures Gail that she acted out of loyalty to Joyce and a belief in doing what is right. The novel concludes with Mrs. Pargeter contemplating future adventures, confident in her ability to face any challenge. If you enjoyed this summary and want to see more, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to share your thoughts on the book in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video.